Hey, Austin here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the restless leg syndrome. Now, I have this habit of poking around online sometimes, investigating or kind of researching some peculiar ailments. And so I happen to uh, be on the government website in Medline Plus on this page that talks about the restless leg syndrome. And what I read was pretty bleak, in my opinion, about this condition. What the government had to say about it was, to me, in my mind, is kind of bleak. It didn't give me a lot of hope, and I'm sure it didn't give the millions of people out there that are suffering from this condition. So let's take a look at what the government, and I'm talking about the US government website, not just some third world government website. So right here it says restless leg syndrome, RLS, is a nervous system problem that causes you to feel an unstoppable urge to get up and pace or work. You feel uncomfortable unless you move your legs. Moving stops the unpleasant feeling for a short time. Now they talk about the causes. No one knows exactly what causes RLS. It may be due to problem with the way brain cells use dopamine. Dopamine is a brain chemical that helps with muscle movement. It talks about some of the conditions that may be part of the problem with RLS. But down here it says, talks about the symptoms. It says RLS leads to unpleasant feelings in your lower legs. These feelings cause an unpleasant urge to move your legs. You may feel creeping or crawling, bubbling, pulling or tugging, burning, searing, itching, or aching, throbbing, or pain, itching, or gnawing. So these are some very unpleasant sensations. In and of themselves, they may not be fatal, but all the same, they make life miserable. It says, it goes on to say that these sensations are worse at night when you lie down, sometimes occur during the day. Start or get worse when you lie down or sit for a long period of time. May last for 1 hour or longer. So these are not just some quick sensations that come and go in a couple of seconds or minutes. They may be there for a long time. And then it says that all of these symptoms make it hard to sleep. Lack of sleep can lead to daytime sleepiness, anxiety or depression, confusion, difficulty thinking clearly. So these are some really serious side effects of this problem, this restless leg syndrome problem. Now it talks about the tests, as exams and tests. There are no specific tests for restless leg syndrome. So the government don't even have a specific test for this. Your healthcare provider will take your medical history and do a physical exam. You may have blood tests and other exams to rule out conditions that can cause similar symptoms. Usually your provider will determine whether you have RLS based on your system. Now the treatment. Restless leg syndrome can't be cured. Now that sounds like a permanent death sentence for this condition. I mean, for people having this condition. So, if you have this problem, the government is saying that you are sentenced to have it for the rest of your life. There is no cure for it. However, treatment can help relieve symptoms. Certainly, lifestyle changes may help you cope with the condition and ease pain. So to me, in my mind, that's a pretty bleak prognosis there. And right here, they talk about medication, and that's we know that's what the mega pharmaceutical companies want you to do. They want to get you hooked up on medication and all that, and so they can keep getting their money like clockwork. But it says outlook prognosis, RLS is not dangerous. However, it can be uncomfortable, make it hard to sleep, and affect your quality of life. So that's the bottom line. It's not, they say it's not going to kill you, but the quality of your life will be depreciated. And it just happened that I also started looking around to see if I can find something, an alternative opinion on this. And I found this website here that talks about RLS Natural Cure. And it says, attention, know how to get rid of your restless leg syndrome in 30 days or less. Now, this is a more positive prognosis using a method that attacks the RLS causes. We just heard from the government a minute ago that nobody knows the causes of this condition. But here we have Albert Johnson, medical researcher, to know that they know what causes this and they can help. So here is what you get once you get on this treatment, alternative cure plan. It says within 4 weeks or less, you will be able to sleep without fear at night, fear of symptoms at night, sleep through the night continuously, forget insomnia, travel without suffering more pain in the legs, watch full movies without pain in the leg. Now, this is, in my mind, this is what you really want. If you are someone who is suffering from this condition, this is something to check out. Now it goes on to say, you can join the growing number of people who enjoy a better life without pain in the legs or insomnia. It talks about some of the research or testing that he did, and they were very positive. It says, do you want to know how I managed to remove restless leg syndrome? Continue reading. Dr. Bermudez said in his conference that what really needs to be done is to remove restless syndrome. To remove restless syndrome, leg syndromes, is to attack the cause which produced it rather than mask the symptom, which is what medication and the pharmaceutical companies want you to do. They just want to mask the condition. They are not willing to get to the root of the problem. But here, Dr. Albert, what's his name again? Albert Johnson is telling us that you can truly get to the root of the problem. And here is the result of his little test. Says, during the early days, people used traditional medications, noticed an improvement on that of the patients who used the new system. But after the first week, who used my techniques achieved an improvement equal or even higher in some cases. As an experiment, as the experiment progressed, people using my technique were distancing themselves from those using traditional medicaments without suffering any side effects as those that are cured with medicaments. So in other words, the people that use this system got benefits without the side effects, but those that use the traditional method, they got some benefits, but those benefits came with side effects. He said, do you know what the most interesting thing is? Once completed the experiment, people that were using my technique felt good and only had to follow a simple plan to not suffer the troubles produced by restless leg syndrome. But people who had used traditional medicaments, in addition to suffering the side effects thereof, needed to continue the pharmacological treatment because the effects lasted only as long as it is used. So the result that the benefit that those who use traditional treatment got was only temporary, but those who used Dr. Albert's method got results that were more or less permanent. So overall, here is something that offers a lot of hope for the many millions who suffer this condition. And in my mind, $29 for a chance to try this out and see if it will help your condition is a no-brainer. And Dr. Albert Johnson is offering a lot of bonuses to go with this offer. And here are some people that have used this system in the past, what they have to say. Here is Victor Herrero from Spain. My main problem were when I needed to study because I had difficulties uh, to concentrate. But since I learned what was causing my problem, I have been able to uproot it. I want to thank Dr. Albert Johnson. All I have learned from his book since I performed the techniques explained in RLS Natural Cure, I have improved my health. And here is Gisela from Mexico. Until half a year ago, I suffered restless leg syndrome disease almost every day. After the first week that I tried the book, RLS Natural Cure, and performed the 7 days plan, I have only experienced discomfort for 4 times. I'm very happy with what I learned in this book. Thank you very much, Albert. And finally, here is okay. There must be a typo here. So I can only say one word: amazing. I was suffering a lot of pain in the legs at night, and I could hardly sleep. When I was pregnant, it was the worst time for me. Luckily, I found this book, and it helped me a lot. Now I can again enjoy my life with my son. I am eternally grateful to Dr. Albert Johnson. So here are some real people with their testimonies telling you the benefits that they got from this uh, book by Albert Johnson, the RLS Natural Cure. So again, I want to encourage you to at least go check it out. And for $29, it is really a no-brainer for people who have such a difficult and worrisome and painful condition. Again, I want to encourage you, go check it out. Click on the link below, and I wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you, and God bless you for watching this video. Thank you.